But the way I see it is, he has only given out his mind. He has lent out his mind about what he thinks about some things. There are some things that are happening in this state, definitely that are not very good for the state right now. And so he wants to review them, that's what he said. And until he reviews them and goes ahead to tell us what the actions he will take on those things that he has reviewed. Excuse me. That's when we cannot start talking about the actions that he has taken. But the action he has taken right now is still all right.
Okay. Larry, is it good that 1, 2, 3? We will take it one after the other. But that action.
Thank you. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate the Governor, His Excellency Senator Ademola Adeleke. His desires to be governor has been achieved, so it has to be service to the people. Be that as it may, first and foremost, the first thing you're supposed to do is to give some of those orders.
Good.
As the governor. One, freezing accounts of government.
That's other one.
Other one.
Okay.
Because a lot of things are possible, which even might not be known to the outgoing governor, by way of some checks that might not be flying around. You understand? So such things cannot have leverage or enter government accounts again. Those are some of the reasons why those ones are essentials. However, I have looked at the executive orders. Some of them were expected, because as at the time some appointments were being made after the election, the team of the campaign of PDP were saying it's not necessary, stop appointment of more teachers if you could not do it, and you said there is no way to. So some of these things they had actually tried to caution those who are taking it that they are great gifts. Beyond that, some that had to do with regular service is something that might pitch the government against organized labor. And some of those ones I said, look, we should tread with caution. We shouldn't start on the heated level.
Before you go to that, go to that, I still want a reaction. Let me just raise the point on freezing of account. And you think there could be pilfering even after the signing of a governor, or manipulation of accounts?
Anything can happen.
Even at the banking side, the bank managers tampering with accounts of the state.
Anything can happen.
Okay.
And I want to believe that out of all the others, out of all the 6 others, that first one is very essential.
Good.
Because that's how you know what you have in your coffers, and how you know how to rein in everything that you have to perform the job you have to do. So that's very essential. However, I want to believe that there are some of these orders, like I said earlier on, that will depend on the review.
Okay.
Freezing of the account does not depend on any review.
Okay.
That's automatic.
Okay.
That's good. But the other ones, we have to be dependent on the review, like appointments of teachers, of civil servants, promotion, things like that.
Okay.
So there are some of them that are, but I want to believe one thing. Out of all the others, there's one that I really don't agree with.
Before you talk about that one you don't agree, let me you I know you come up with it, but let me go back to Larry. Staff audit.
That's essential because
that's order 2.
Order 2. Staff audit is essential.
Good.
Because one of the primary cardinal programs of the administration looks at workers and pensioners welfare. Position of the administration according to their action plan. So if you want to do that, you have to be sure of what is actually
most of the 5 action plans of the
government.
That workers welfare seems to be number 1.
Workers welfare and pensioners. So if he wants to do that, definitely he must know the number of people on his payroll, real people on his payroll. Among other things, he has to be sure who is handling what. So for ghost workers and all, this is the time such will be off debate. So that staff audit is essential. secondly, because people should not see that as a way to witch hunt anybody.
Okay.
If indeed you are a worker, you should be at your duty post. So definitely everything should indicate that you are not like the recapture you see on so that let's know you are not a robot. If you are a real human being, let people see you and let your data show. So that's ideal. The staff audit is essential and ideal.
Before you speak of that, you don't, which I know you. I will come back to. I want to look at example of 3 unemployment. According to the government says, some appointment made before July 16, and July 17 when it was announced as the governor, it remained nullified.
Well, I want to believe that if the outgoing governor had wanted to make any appointment, he had all the opportunity to make any appointment.
Before 17?
Before 17, yes.
Okay.
He had all the opportunity to make such appointments. And if he did not, if after 17th, after the
election,
there's no reason for him to not come back to those things.
Good.
To me, as far as I'm concerned, it's just like an afterthought that won't just do some banana bills on ground for whoever is coming behind you. And so that was not necessary. If the papers have been concluded, let the incoming governor look at those papers that have been concluded, then take action on them. That's the way I feel.
Larry, I see you.
Yes, I want us to understand a few things. When it comes to civil service rules and regulations, there are laws guiding it. And such things should not be dependent on political mood swing, emotional mood swing. A governor will come into office and spend 4 years. Some people enter government service to spend 35 years. And there is a progression in their service. So if, for instance, after July 17, some people became age 60, they had to leave service as permanent secretary or as whatever. That position must be filled. God rest the soul of the Speaker of the State. They had to replace him. Somebody must go in. Do you understand? Such things should not be seen as fresh appointment. Or it is given that once there is space, you fill it. Over time, when those vacancies occurred, in the wisdom of the past administration, whether rightly or wrongly, they created a name that is not known to law, calling people who are supposed to step in as acting permanent secretaries, as coordinating directors. That is not known to law. A permanent secretary left, somebody should replace, whether in acting capacity as permanent secretary, because you don't want to give appointment.
Do look at since that space have been there.
You don't get. It happens on a daily. Everybody cannot become 60 on the same day. Some might be wrong. Some of these things might be wrong, but you don't totally. That's why the review is essential. So you don't totally just hold it as a part and throw it away. Somebody retired normally, age 60 is going. That space is vacant. Somebody should step in. Like right now, I was listening to the list of people who had to work on those committees, and one of them was a former, I think, permanent secretary that left the ministry. He was replaced immediately. He left because he reached retirement age. But by the time you are now aligned, for instance, the first statement that came on that was a sore taste in the mouth, that the moment you collect letter as PS, you are sacked. Thank God the government is saying review. Because that one came as a shock to people. This is a distraction. We are expecting a blueprint of, we know how to move the state forward, we have a master plan, this is how we will go about it, not big bags of quarrels.
I want to...
Why I'm saying this, in the papers today, they kept hyping 12,000 staff. They are not looking, but it is the report of a committee that will tell the government. So the mood of that will not be taken by the public when they have the facts of what led to it. But now the media generally are just saying sack 12,000 people. Whereas it's not so.
That's why I say sometimes you don't want to react.
Before you react,
let the report come and let everybody now see. You see now, this man was not wrong in doing this. You understand? But a situation where the negatives are now the ones being flown, it might be a difficult one to now work on.
Okay, I want to look at
stages and process.
Two things. Larry spoke of retirement and that vacancy be filled. One, it's like look at I want to look at that timing. That timing of when someone described as rushing an appointment that should have come a bit earlier, and say why after
you see that
and there is,
as far as I'm concerned, whoever retired, there's nothing difficult in waiting a week or two before replacing that person.
But when there's no replacement,
but when the person had retired earlier on and you have not replaced that person, you let that space open, and towards the tail end you are now putting some people there. To me, as far as I'm concerned, it's a banana peel. As far as I'm concerned, the way I see things from the that's why I'm happy that now we are talking of the review panel to look at it, because the first time the new governor said it, he said all this will, if you take your letter, you will sacked. And that's what the newspapers carried at that time. He should have said that I'm going to review. Or if he had said it at that time, all these big bags would not have come in. People now have been talking about this government in negative terms. But now that he has talked about the review, we look at the review. We look at what the review will bring out, and look at what the action the government will take, because the final box rests on his table. We look at what actions will be. Because I learned that even some of these permanents that have been appointed, some of them are not even up to being appointed as permanent secretaries. Like one or two of them who are still level 15, who are not supposed to have been appointed as permanent. But this appointment of these two that I'm talking about, these two, one or two of that I'm talking about, is a banana peel too, because they are part of the labor force. They are part of the executive of the labor force. And you know that if anybody wants to remove these people, it will cause problem for the incoming government. These are some of the things that we should look at. But let me review panel, look at all these things, and then come out with a report. That report, when the government takes action, they'll be able to talk about them.
That comment by Sanya, the list, that list itself.
Now let me be sincere. I'm talking as a labor leader by right, because I've been involved in labor activities in this state effectively. Now, number one thing is this. This is a government that should know, this is a public thing, that workers in the state are being castigated as having worked for him clandestinely, that they have supported him over time. Adeleke's emergence. Workers in Osun. So for workers to believe this is our government is a given and a right.
Even some of us are done 4+4.
Yes.
Cab.
But the government that left knew where workers stood. So number one thing is, a lot of aberration happened in the last 12 years to the workforce in the state. I can authoritatively I left government service in 2012. Our colleagues in Oyo State have been permanent secretaries since then. They have been becoming permanent since then. Not one, not five, not 10, making the permanent secretaries on a regular basis. So I
just want to point that even that list you are talking about, you spoke of as labor, even that list itself,
I was discussing with a leader of PDP that fine, maybe after that was on Saturday, that look, a review would have been first appropriate thing to do. You know why? Let me tell you. Yes, let me tell you why. Now, in choosing such offices, there are some other extraneous things that are considered. Because if 10 most qualified people are all from Ijesha land, will you pick all the 10 from Ijesha land? So catchment area still goes into it.
Are you saying that on level 17, where somebody on 50 was picked?
What I'm now saying is, there are other things which are given as consideration.
I agree with you.
And but labor leadership too.
But you have not answered that.
Labor leadership too, at some point, gives some leverage to organized labor. That is also what has been happening. In the PDP days, it happened. In APC days, it happened. So it is not as if it's out of place. I'm not making a case for a particular, but I'm making a case for the service. That people who have 4 years have what is expected of them as governor, as senator, as this is your time. But a situation where organized labor is supposed to be doing this job before. A councillor in Osun wants to earn what Rivers State councillor earns because it's the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission that determines their pay. But when it comes to payment of salaries, it is easy for government to say Osun cannot pay the same wage bill with Oyo because
labor leader. To what extent was labor workforce involved in activities?
You just do superior arguments. You don't join yourself with politics. You use superior. You sit at table. That's what labor should do. You sit at table. Ordinarily, I don't believe I should be a second-class citizen anywhere I find myself. I left government service, let me tell you today for the first time. I left government service in 2012 because I knew government cannot, especially the government at that time, cannot be sincere about our pension. So we don't need contributory pension. We started too early in Osun. So many other states have not even started. Or those who started maybe last year. And look at 10 years now.
When do you think contributory pension started in Osun?
2012. 2012. It started in 2012. And we were told as far back as 2007 that if you know you don't want to be part of contributory pension, then you will pull out in 2012. So from 2007, I did not contribute because I knew it would not. Has it been managed well? Did the PFNs have the money deducted from those people's salaries? So it failed us. It failed workers. But the truth is, if organized people are deterred a little in accepting it, then maybe we won't be having that issue now. It is, you see, when this hullabaloo about permanent secretaryship had meaning for those who are still not doing contributory pension, because you collect your salary for life. But those who have entered contributory, go and ask any permanent secretary. None ends up to 100,000. Few, if any, ends up to 100,000 a month as a retired permanent secretary. So what's all the noise about it? But for everybody in a career, you want to reach the peak of your career. Every professor wants to have his day in inaugural lecture. Every politician from councillor wants to become chairman. From chairman wants to become governor. From governor wants to become a senator. So you have your own program. Everybody has chosen a line they want to toe in life by way of career. Let us not use extraneous reasons to truncate that. That's my position.
It's not about that's the executive order 4. It's not about appointment of permanent secretaries or some other appointments.
So many others. Some others, I said it.
I think when you're talking about appointments, we should distinguish from promotions.
Promotion are different from appointments.
There are two different things entirely. Promotion and appointment are two different things. There are some people who are supposed to have been promoted over a very long period. That's what I talked about the first time. Who have not been promoted. Why did you delay it until the last minute before you promote them? Why couldn't you have done these promotions earlier on when they're supposed to have had this promotion? That's number one. Those people who are appointed.
Don't forget, we won't learn some of this promotion and not back up with.
They don't know financial backup. Even those they did in the last 2-3 years, not that government finance. So what you know, if this new government, you see why I'm saying this is all the noise being made about this, especially those ones that are like promotion. Is it the title you want? They take the title, but we are not backing financially. Let's agree. You sit at table and agree. Some of your people have gotten such promotions even before we came, before July 17, and they did not back it financially. Sure, you are ready. We won't call you coordinating directors again because your career says you should be permanent. We call you permanent, but no financials because of the state of the economy. And once you sign that, that's all. Everybody moves on. You see, nobody uses it as a negative against you.
No, you see, they will take that, believing that at one point or the other,
when the economy improves, that's what they've been telling all those ones.
When will the economy improve?
As it not improve, but the fact that you don't know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we should not allow some parochial things to be used as negatives for the government. People should have sat and said, were there people who were promoted that is not financial, which is true. And so if the government says, no, don't want to promote you, or die joke, then you have one template entirely to develop Osun, and to the permanent secretary. But no what I'm asking, to that doesn't think about to rush it. I mean, the job of average will go and raise it for us. I think give them assignments.
All the things that we're talking about, I think when the review comes out, we'll be discussing better.
A lot of people should go before the review and make positions. Because the truth of it is,
some of this we are discussing, we also contributed to
I believe when
also making our contribution.
Let me say the first come out. The first impression they will be giving His Excellency the Governor is that he will crash our wage bill. If you are promoted and you have been in service and that's supposed to be your level, you will get that nomenclature, no financials. So if it's not going to change wage bill, what is the problem? Do you get? All newspapers are carrying 12,000, which 12,000? Well, as a matter of fact, they held a press conference that the PDP said, look, those of you they want to give backdoor appointments, teaching this, don't take it. They did that. But you did not now allow the review to come and say, look, as at this date, we told them not to take it because they should have done that appointment long before the election. They said they were going to take 3,000, they took 1,000. So anything that comes after is an afterthought. But it should not be made an issue anyway.
Before we round up this first topic, let's look at Executive Order 5 that has to do with chieftaincy and appointment of the.
That is the one I disagree with.
Okay.
Now, you see, why I disagree with it is this. most of these chieftaincy things are in court already. So we have allowed the court.
You spoke of disagreement.
Yes, disagreement in
favor
that,
or against?
No, against the present government.
Okay.
Decision.
You see, decision. They should have left the court to decide all these things. But like what the government was trying to explain later on, that's, well, I don't know whether it's an afterthought or not. But they are now trying to say that in order not to cause more confusion, that's why they said the Oba should vacate the palaces, so that some people will not go back there again.
Don't forget, somebody died.
You see, yes, I know.
And the palace.
I know. What they would have done in that case was to fortify these palaces.
That's what just said.
No. What they have done was to fortify these palaces, not sending the Obas out of the palaces. They would have left the Obas in the palaces, fortify the palaces, and let the court take decisions.
Okay.
After the court decision, then we know where to go.
Larry, I want you to look at, take it from where I just stopped. Before the appointment, Akeonu, Tin, Are, and even Noah, the case was in court. And the federal government to look at it, that they should also stay action on it. They went ahead and stopped.
Now, on that one, those issues were very close as far as timing was concerned.
Okay.
And you know, there are other issues that had to do with tradition.
Oh yeah.
But those ones were picked together because they happened within the space of time, same space of time. Now, I believe, I differ. I believe the government did well. However, the government, the government did well by saying, please stay off palaces. They have not said they have totally removed them.
Not the truth.
But that we will look at it and allow advice from the traditional council and all. The cases are different.
Let me read it. Let me
you can read that part.
The executive order 5. It said order to review to ensure that there was strict compliance with due process of chieftaincy declaration and native law, custom and tradition leading to such chieftaincies. In the case of Akeonu, Ire, and Igbajo, to avoid further breakdown, is the same thing. I'm still quoting. It's the same thing. Of law, the breakdown of law and order, the appointment of Akeonu, Akeonu, Ire, and Igbajo, I have put on hold. Pending review. Subsequently, the palaces of Akeonu, Ire, should remain unoccupied, while security agencies are hereby ordered to take charge.
So you see, the case of the palace is a community thing, and just like it's unfortunate it was not preempted, but we knew such things might happen. Those motor park issues could have been preempted. Good. That as it is, the state government from this minute is taking over all parks. Do you understand? If that had been a statement like that, it is for the governor to put people. It could be civil servants and the police and security operators in the interim.
Park manager.
In the interim, that would have doused that tension. The same thing goes to the palaces. There has been a change of guard. There has been a change of government. Some members of the past administration were fingered as the ones that made those three communities. Of course, the former chairman of APC is the Owa Igbajo elect. I mean, the Oba elect in Igbajo. The RA one is a local government in charge of the ministry that superintends over chieftaincy matters. Then the Akeonu on too. So for keeping people of the palaces to maintain peace and order is okay, and they have said it that look, on hold, putting it on hold. When you put your phone on hold, it means you can just press and keep using again. Yes. So if it's on hold, it's not cancelled. It is not condemned if it has fulfilled all righteousness. And in the three, you will know that compliance to an extent might have happened in some instances. Resistance did not happen in the same level in the three places. Oh, yes. Resistance did not happen at the same level in the three places. So obviously, what I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, they were right, because in other places there would have been breakdown of law and order immediately after another administration.
Okay.
Before you say that,
I want to add to it. Don't forget, legally, the three, Ari, Akeonu, and Owa, we are still in court. As at the time,
that's the point
you were installed.
That's the point I'm raising. See, they were in court. See, I think two wrongs don't make a right.
Okay.
Now, we have allowed the courts to take decisions on these three chieftaincy titles before you now say, okay, vacate the palaces.
Don't forget that.
No. Let me finish. We have law enforcement agents who are not on ground when these things occurred in Ikiru.
They are on ground.
No. They were drafted there when the thing started.
Okay.
But now we have the hindsight of saying that they should be on ground now in these three palaces in case anything wants to happen, to prevent such things from happening. That's what I think the government should have done. Instead of saying vacate the palaces. That's my own standoff. And then allow the courts to not take decision. If you not say the palace should not take decision on these things, to see the to look at the rightness or wrongness of all these appointments. Now, what if the court now comes out with another verdict? Who now takes the upper hand? Is it the court or the government? That's what I'm raising. So we have allowed the court to take its own action, let the Oba stay in their palaces, then put security men there to maintain law and order. By the time the courts come out with their own decision, then we know where we're going.
Last take on that.
My very last take on that is that order has been given, and the issue of the palaces being asked that people stay off, I still think it's okay. With time, they will get over it. Cases in courts is not Father Christmas. What you don't plead, courts don't act on. No. So once the traditional issues have been okayed, once the other aspects are okay, it's within the purview of the governor to so appoint. However, where there is that lacuna of meeting the traditional needs, the current administration reserves the right to make a recall for that to happen. So anyone that fulfills all those words, they can allow to hold office.
If the court now decides, if the court now
it will take 29 years. So 29 years.
So some take very shorter time than that. So the court vacates this over.
So don't forget the process of High Court now, appeal, court of appeal, and about Supreme Court.
That's as it has to go.
Oh yes, I agree with you. But because of that thing, that's why I say the palaces should be allowed to stay until these courts are finally, these cases are finally disposed of.
Okay, shall we go to the second topic and learn a time from you? This statement credit to the former Commissioner for Local Government Chieftaincy, Adeleke Adebayo Banik. No reason for Oyetola's cabinet members to flee Osun.
No, they don't have to flee Osun. They are indigenous, they are citizens of Osun. And well, if he says that, probably some are been thinking he's had involvement in some things. And he's one boldly saying he's not running anywhere, he doesn't have any reason to go anywhere. Fine. It's not even out of place too for somebody who has served for like 4 years to go on vacation and spend his holiday wisely. But truth of it is that in some places where there are flashpoints of issues, I think the Bible knows because it should not be right to make people believe that some people might not want to do otherwise. But I am happy that the new sheriff in town, the state commissioner of police, has said a lot of such things that happens, people should just sleep with their eyes closed. That it will not be allowed to happen under his watch. So for him, every former commissioner, they are citizens of the state. They even have a right to pass comments on the activities of, because they are citizens. Freedom of speech is allowed for every Nigerian. It doesn't really matter because they don't see eye to eye with whatever issues are going on. They have their right to contribute and be a part of whatever is happening. They are part of us. Where they are wrong, people will tell them too. That when you are in government, you are wrong because you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's drop man. We want to grow Osun State. So let's not restrain it to who should be here or shouldn't be. We have the right. Nobody is second class here.
In the first instance,
we own the state together.
The need for any political officer, former political officer to flee.
To flee, you see.
But I just spoke of maybe vacation, but genuinely, for the sake of change of government.
I think Banik has a right to say that nobody has a right to flee Osun State because he should be talking for himself. He shouldn't be talking for others, and I will tell you the reasons why. You see, those who might probably flee may not be fleeing because of government. Those who are fleeing may be fleeing for their own sake, having known what they have done before. Maybe some other people want to take reprisal actions against them, not political reasons now. You see, I'm not talking about either APC or PDP or anything. But I'm talking about personal interrelationship. Some people have done things that they believe that once I'm not now in power, people they might come at me, and they could go out of Osho State. They have the right to do that because they know what they have done before. But if for political reasons, nobody has the right to flee Osho State, everybody has the right to stay here. That's where I see it.
Lana, take it from where I just stopped. Why the fear? F-E-A-R. And have we fear? F-A-I-R. Why in office? And just like I just said, the Beru and Shashidada. Why in office?
Now,
the fear.
That is the exact reason why people, they always say that the guilty are afraid.
Yeah, they get afraid.
If you are not guilty, you stay. You
Why
got
run?
to run away from. I recall when the government of Ogbeni Arebeshola came. They set up a panel. So Yola drove to the panel to attend to meet them. You don't have to.
Truth and reconciliation.
You won't run for anybody.
Truth and reconciliation.
You come, you meet them, you tell them your own truth. They look at it, and so to me, some might not, as Sadiko said, have been upright in dealing with their own people. And you see what Yorubas will say, show relay desi. So whoever cannot relay desi would rather run. You see, it's when you are in tune with your people. Even if you lose an election, hello, Baba Konde drove from Osogbo to Ila.
Of course.
So relay desi, that's the question. So the conscience, those who have served themselves and not their people, are the ones that will be afraid of going on, of staying back, because there will always be that question of, have you done well? It's a score sheet. It doesn't happen when you are writing your exam. It doesn't happen when you are holding that office. It happens when you are leaving. And immediately you get to the door to get out of that your exam, or they give you your results. This is how you have done, and that's the result that will determine whether you want to stay home or you want to flee. So those, and I can say it here with all sense of responsibility, there is not everybody that will stay back.
Okay, sir, I'm back to you now. Political office holders, why in office? Our attitude, our behavior, why in office and outside the office?
Yes, you don't know the attitude of anybody until he gets to office or until it's rich.
Until he gets to the office or
until it's rich.
He leaves the office.
No, until it's rich. Okay. Or until he gets to office. Don't know his attitude, his real attitude.
Okay.
Some people get into office and the people that you used to know before, that you go to the same buka to eat and drink with and chat with, they suddenly get to office and they alienate you. Because they believe they have already moved to a higher pedestal. They have new friends now, so they don't even know you. They don't want to even associate with you. Some people are still coming down. Like you have to say, if you ever be like that,
those who meet on your way up.
You treat them nicely because you still becoming down.
On your way down.
That way. So if you don't think that way, if you are so immersed in your political power that you think you are there and start misbehaving, always remember that these same people are still coming back to meet them. And so some people who might want to run away might be thinking that, how do I face Mr. Alagbaja now? How do I face Chief Tamedu now? Now that I behave this way to him. Now that I'm back in their midst, how do I see in their midst? So this is the problem, and that is why people who go into offices must be reminded constantly that that office is not the end of your life. You will leave that office and you come to mingle with the people again. How do I behave? How do I behave to them? How do I behave to you? Even if you cannot do something for me, if I come to you as a political officer holder, I will not go to you anyway. But if I come to you as a political officer holder and you cannot do for me, tell me politely, I cannot do for you, and that, instead of alienating me. And so that's the thing. And so that's why you don't get the bus.
That's why
they have a way of reacting.
Numbers will change.
Yeah, the numbers have a way of reacting to such things, to such people. That they so you're back now. What have you done?
No, you're the bus. How they say.
I want to take it. Okay. The who be political holders, can they learn any lesson in all of this? That okay, in this office, will they know I'll be coming back to the
some will.
I'll tell you something. We have seen some political office holders who have been constantly in the hearts of people for decades. For decades. They have not changed. They have been themselves, and the people are in sync with them. but some would not learn from such good examples. I make bold to say this, that on the strength of the personality of late Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke of blessed memory, I said it severally before the election, even before the senatorial election. I said, Oku ewure to je koju ayin lo. Even death, because he kept his group permanently his friends, and that's what I want the current governor to. It is the people on the streets that met and interacted with his brother did more work, much more work, or as much work as his party people too. The personality of just one person, whereas some who were in the government of Adeleke, government of Isiaka Adeleke then, cannot even come to their people again. They were just cabinet members, but they were not in sync with their people, and they became irrelevant in politics thereafter. So politicians, Yorubas will say, Bo Shere, Wabambe. Bo Peboya, Odu Egwakan, ọmọ alágbà arákàrà fi jẹ kó last. Ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ alágbà míì tó ti dá a ti pẹ́ tó bá tún ṣe ìjáde láìpẹ́ kú gan wá fún ilé àkàrà tẹ̀kọ́. That is how you harvest in politics. You may be throwing it trickles and all freely. Somebody will say, how can this honorable member constantly be going and he's winning? I said, go and look at what he does. His people are with him. He might look wrong and for 4 times. Hello, he is doing something different. When you see people getting results, they are doing something different from what others are doing. And we want those who are coming in now to take a cue, because they themselves will see those they will not see again on the street that the Egyptians will see. We shall see them. Some will be immediately after the administration. Some will not be able to show face again because of what they have done, and some will still be at home and people will still be with them. That's how it is. It's harvest time.
It's harvest time. I want to both of us, but I'll start from you. Humility, the role humility plays as political officer.
Let me just give you an example.
Like I just
let me get the example I just gave is what I'm leaning on now. The late Isiaka Adeleke, I'm not his political associate. I wasn't his political associate, and I was not a member of his family. Like, let me give you an example. There was somebody I needed help for, who happens to be an indigenous of a cripple, who I brought up and put to school, and she finished and she said, Daddy, what do I do now? I don't have money and I don't have money to give her to. So I said, Chibi, you are from Ede. I said, yes. Let's go to Chibi is from Ede too. And I got a link to him and he gave me an appointment for 7 o'clock that day. We went to him at home. We didn't get to see him until 9 o'clock. He helped that lady, gave that lady money. He didn't know that lady before. And from that day, Isiaka Adeleke had noted me. So there was one day when he left office, because I was still a one-way road then, still a single lane. I was coming on this end from Aitoro. He was coming on this end from Old Garage. He spotted me in his Lexus. And as I parked with that, near the police station is now, just for me. Just before I got down from my car, they already got into me. I go, oh my God, look at that kind of person. Outside office, after he left office, I don't know. So that thing remained indelible in me till today. And that's why I call humility by excellence. Humility by excellence. So no matter what, there's a problem that says that 1,000 Sikhs cannot save a rag who are determined to go to the dungs. Some people will never learn from that. No matter what you say, they will never learn. They will still continue the way that they're doing, to their own peril. So we are saying this here now. He who has ears, let him hear.
Your last take on that I just answered. I just asked humility, either while in office, and that could dovetail into outside the office. Humility as a political officer.
I want our politicians, especially those who are just coming into office now, to sit back, go and read the likes of Obafemi Awolowo and whoever is their hero.
It's not about those coming to office now.
No, you don't get. Okay. Those who have left office,
okay,
they have already done their own planting. It's harvest time. So what they have done is what they will reap. But those who are just coming in are the ones we are trying to admonish. Your lifestyle, your personality, you can restructure it. They should become attributes in this matter. Human beings around you are not slaves. They are not second class to you. You are there to serve them. If indeed you are to serve them, then you are supposed to. Even Jesus washed the feet of his followers.
That's humility.
That's humility. So if you are now arrogance, sitting on a high horse, you will have to get off that high horse one day. So that's the truth of it. So people should. A young man called, you can learn it, and it'll be a way of life for you. You won't overblow your personality. That way, it will be easy for you even to come down, because you are not sitting high up on a horse that is far from the ground. If you have been part of the people all along, when you want to leave office, you just step out, like stepping out of a small.
Somebody might even lift up the horse.
Yes.
And say, sit on my back.
So you must learn from that. It goes a long way.
Shall we go to the third topic? And I'm starting from you. So yeah, it's always become a ritual, a yearly ritual now. And lamentation as true scarcity bites other. So yeah, this annual thing, end of the year lamentations.
Yeah, for some years now, this end of the year thing did not happen really.
Okay.
Because it was doused. When it's about to happen, the government will douse it. Okay. But this time around, it seems as if the government has left this into the hands of marketers, who seem to be uncontrollable now. And so they want to dictate whatever price they want to sell. The government has given them the go ahead to do that. That's why we are having this kind of problem now. And I begin to fear that towards the end of this year, a lot of people will not be able to celebrate Christmas the way they want to celebrate it. A lot of people will not be able to travel the way they want to travel. A lot of homes who were expecting something from their loved ones elsewhere, maybe goods or things like that, you are not able to have it. And so I foresee a bleak Christmas at the end of the year if this petrol scarcity continues with. But I believe that the government has a duty, also has a duty now, to step in. No, you will not say you are bringing back a first subsidy. Step in now and do something to make sure that the supply is given. Well, the NNPC is still there. Okay. So they can do that through the NNPC and say, go to any NNPC filling stations, you find fuel there to buy. If you say the price is also amount, if you can lift oil and tell them the price is so amount, people will still buy and go to where they want to go. But discussing is what I really fear.
Larry, when you get an NPC 117 or thereabout, get to some other places 180, 185, and the major marketers 210, 220, 230. The sincerity of NNPC, PSC now, what do you call them? And you see the marketers, marketers will say, okay, we don't have enough to lift. NNPC will say we have a lot in our reserve.
Now, on that issue of scarcity of PMS, mainly, others have been scarce and they're expensive. Diesel has been 800 or more per liter. So, but on this PMS issue, oil is getting stolen every day. There is allegation that government knows about it, and suddenly they busted a jetty that came to lift our crude oil. Stolen. Now, stolen crude oil will go out of Nigeria. It will come back as refined product, and the government will claim to have paid subsidy on those stolen. It was stolen from here. It was brought back to us as products, and they are now saying they subsidize. So suddenly, those products, it's a double game. The material was stolen in the first place. You refine and you are still paying subsidy and paying the regular on it.
And paying subsidies sometimes for what has not been brought in.
So obviously, that politics of fraud in the oil and gas industry that was stopped by the discovery of the pipeline that still is the major. Because I know it was an interview a few days before that discovery that said government people are the ones doing it. That they are stealing the oil, the government knows about it. The military should tell us what. and the next thing we discovered. So those boys, unfortunately, I watched Arise News interview with those boys doing the modular refinery in 50-liter this thing. They are using like a water tanker, like
normal pipes.
local to do what they do. They said it's just subsistence. But what is being stolen on a daily is about $700 million worth of crude oil that goes onto high seas, goes out of Nigeria, comes back as refined product, and our government will still pay subsidy on it. So we know where the problem is coming from. The government knows that some things have been leaked. So I'm waiting for a situation, like for instance in Osun now, if you want to know the real financial state of Osun, an opposition party has come now. You cannot really be sure, because I can't see an Oyetola administration questioning an Aregbesola administration about his finances, because it was 6.5 dozen. You are the same party, you were together throughout the first 8 years, so you can't really fight yourself. But in this instance, so if the government changes at the federal level and new people come on, is when we will know what really happened. Of course, they came after Jonathan and started telling us what happened about oil and gas under Jonathan. Somebody will now tell us what happened under their own watch.
Don't forget that this stealing of the thing did not start
Just this thing.
years back.
Yeah, years back. But you ask yourself one thing. Since these pipes have been blocked now, where are those stolen goods that are no longer being stolen? Where are they stored now? We are saying that Nigeria doesn't have enough oil right now for export. Those ones that have been stolen before, that those pipes have been blocked, where are they stored now? You have not answered that question right now. I'm beginning to question this government that what's really going on. Even yesterday, day before yesterday, this Tompolo still discovered another one.
And that's why I was going to ask whether you were sure it was blocked. I was going to ask you whether you are sure it was discovered, and the ship was bombed. That was they have allowed us to even know what the ship. Where does the ship go?
Now, even set of
burnt, yes.
It was blown up.
It was burnt. If it was burnt, why would you burn it? That's the evidence. That was destroyed.
So that when you say it was blocked, no, it was discovered new. It's not as if they told us they are.
So who's sure what I'm talking now? So this is what is happening.
I want us to have a last take before we leave the thing. The Secretary General of Penkasan just came out to say, look, the amount the government are moving about and on subsidy can build refineries. Who doesn't want refineries to be built in this country?
Yeah. Wait, let us ask ourselves. A single man, Dangote, went ahead to build a refinery from scratch on his own. And I think government doesn't have the financial without to build a refinery in this country. Then if that is the case, forget about refineries. Give licenses to people who can build refineries. Give modular refineries. Really ones. Let us now see how petrol price will go in Nigeria. Let us now export this oil again. Let them refine the oils in Nigeria. And then we see that the economy will improve. Instead of giving everything to government, because government business is nobody's business. That's the problem.
Your last thing.
The refinery will cost about $15 million to produce one. And we pay about that $15 million as our subsidy every year. So let's just know that oil is not well with us in Nigeria for now.
Well, we have just landed, just like Larry said, as a political officer, that you just need to come down, just like they always say. So we have just landed. We have gone 3 topics, and I'm happy our veterans have really done justice to it.
As usual, we thank God for bringing us here today.
I will thank you.
I will thank the viewers too who have been watching us over there.
I will thank you for being there for us.
Thank you very much for bringing me here too.
Thanks for having me. We welcome the new government and we pray they succeed.
Amen. That's a very good prayer for me.
It's the success that we need to again.
Yeah. Well, until tomorrow when we hope to be back in the newsroom. Sarah produced me a comment but she's always around to produce me. Sarah, well done. On behalf of the executive producer, I can know that my name is Olade Adem. Bye-bye.
Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4.
Please listen to this public service announcement. Inauguration of the review committees and panels. Executive Governor of Osun State, His Excellency Senator Ademola Adeleke, will by 2 o'clock today, Tuesday, 29th November 2022, conduct the swearing in of the 4 panels contained in his Executive Order 6 issued yesterday. The following members of the panel should report for inauguration at Imale House by 2 p.m. Staff Audit, Appointments, Promotion Review Committee. Dr. Muyiwa Oladimeji, Chairman. Dr. Mrs. Yinka Oderinde, Secretary. Honorable Sunday Bisi. Honorable Rashid Aderibigbe. Mrs. Funke Bibilari. Mrs. Ayodele Oluwaseyi. Right Honorable Rapo Oyewole. Prince Sikiru Oyelakin. Engineer Fatile. And Chief Mrs. Grace Eniola Omotosho, State Assets Inventory and Recovery Committee. Dr. B.T. Salam, Chairman. Dr. K.K. Akinroye, Secretary. Honorable Akin Ajetumabe, Barrister Doshu Babatunde, Honorable Dikon Eluwole, Honorable Ibukun Fadipe, Mrs. Moji Omishore, Dr. Peter Babalola, Honorable Wale Olunloye, Honorable Ayobami Olubumi Ibiloye, and Barrister Adedomade Onibokun. Contracts, MOU Agreements Review Committee. Honorable Niyi Owolade, Chairman. Barrister Azim Abioye, Secretary. Mrs. Ayobola Fadeyi Awolowo, Reverend Bumi Janyo, Honorable Kamaru Adishafe, Barrister Wole Jimmy Bada, Olushola Oyewole Ajiboye, Honorable Godday Oleje, and Engineer Maruf Adedapo. Chieftaincy Affairs Review Committee, Chairman Reverend Bumi Janyo, Alhaji Mufuta Oluwadare, Secretary, Alhaji Gani Olaoluwa, Barrister IT Tewongbade, Honorable George Alabi, Honorable Abiodun Ojo, Honorable Mashood Yakub, Alhaji Nuruddin Emiloju, Mrs. Toyin Babaniyi, and Mr. Sanusi Taufik Akinlabi. Signed, Malam Olawale Rashid, spokesperson to the Executive Governor. And that ends the public service announcement. Thank you.
kan mo ṣe kan lọ́ba orílẹ̀-èdè méjì ń bẹ nínú rẹ̀ àbúrò lápáṣọ̀gá ẹ̀gbọ́n jẹ́mítà ọmọ àlè òtún mú padà dolú ọmọ ta tó jẹ́ tẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ ìdájọ́ ọjọ́ àánú ni ó fọ̀rọ̀ mi sí ta tó wojú rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ ìdájọ́ ọjọ́ àánú ni ó fọ̀rọ̀ mi sí bí mo máa rántí bọ́lọ́hùn yẹn o èmi yóò ṣàánú fún ẹnikẹ́ni.
Thank you. We appreciate you for making it possible that we are among the living that witness today being the last Tuesday in the month of November, that is November 29, 2022. This is not in our own capacity, even it is not in anybody's capacity, but by the faithfulness of your word, that you will be with us even till the end of the world. Because you are the Alpha, because you are the Omega, we return the glory back unto you. Lord, accept it. Viewers, listeners at home, wherever you may be, join me this time in praising Him, worshiping Him, giving Him adoration. That it is full, that is what is due for. Let's give unto Him. And as we are doing it, in that area of our life, in that aspect of our life, it will surely intervene. It doesn't matter what we are passing through now. It's beyond it. It's above it. What He only needs from us is for us to appreciate what He has done. That we don't even think, we don't value it. But let's appreciate. Is it the air we breathe in, breathe out? Is in our capacity? If we don't know, there are many that they cannot do it on their own. They are using some aids, supportive machine before they can breathe in, breathe out, and so on, and so on, and so on. With those set of people, we are not mocking them, other than to use it to appreciate the goodness of God in our life. And as we are doing it, though this particular time you might be in the hospital, passing through the unpalatable situation, pray for God's intervention. You may be in your home, that things are not going on well. You may have put in your own efforts, going from one point to another, from one churches to another, one mountain to another. What I'm saying and what I believe is that this God is bigger than our problem, is bigger than whatever been the situation, and He can put everything under control. Just let us be praising Him. Once again, I'm welcoming us on behalf of all staffs here at Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Ile Awiye, Okebale Osogbo, for another episode of this program titled Hope Alive. It doesn't matter the situation that we are passing through, God is alive and He will definitely intervene. Also, on behalf of all our directors in each department here, are welcoming us under the able leadership of our S-man, Alhaji Rashidi Folaranmi, and welcoming us. For our viewers and listeners, that this is the first time that you are watching this program live and direct from this studio. To bail us out, I am the man, your son, Elder Niyi Ibikunle, for today's episode of Hope Alive. Quickly, let me intimate us with the concept of this program. It's in the area of sensitization, mobilization, changing the orientation of the people about people with disability. They are not somebody to be abandoned. They are not somebody to be neglected. They are not somebody to be forsaken. Rather, we need to support them. We need to shoulder them. We need to encourage them with our substance, with our influence, and whatever God has given unto us, I endow into our life to share with them and to let them know that, yes, truly, we are together. With this will give them a sense of encouragement, a sense of belonging, that truly the society is friendly to them. And for us that we are passing through one challenges or the other, an end has not come. There is a saying that when there is life, there is hope. To sustain that hope is not word of mouth alone. It's not what we can do with I don't care or levity hand. So glory be to God that through this program, we have some apprenticeship training, which is open for every one of us at no cost. I'll be mentioning, we have block industry. In this industry, they give us the privilege and opportunity, even that while in training, they will be giving us stipend to support our living. How we want it, either to be taking it daily, once in a week, once in a month. This is a very good opportunity. We need to avail ourselves of this chance. So also, we have shoe cobbler, we have hairdressing, fashion designing, Bible college, which is not 1 or 2. So, parents, guardians, concerned, let us tap into this opportunity. It doesn't end there. We don't need to fold our hands and expect any manna to fall. We need to do something to help ourselves, to let the society to help us. Enough is enough. Have a sympathy that cannot bring anything, that cannot sustain anything, rather to give us empathy, to show us concern where it is necessary. So also, through this program, we have most of us that we know that they are not born with these challenges. They acquire it either through accident, disease, sickness in one form or the other. But by His grace, during the period, it does not claim their life. And they are now healed and hardy. They want to, how are we going to integrate them back into the society? They need our support. They need our philanthropic gesture to support them so that they will become a good mother, a responsible mother, a responsible father, and they will be useful to their family, to the community, and to the entire nation. So, every time that this program is on the air, we used to solicit, but up to this moment, we are still looking forward, we are still waiting in anticipation that you answer to our needs. So also, this program, we don't encourage begging in any form, but if we see truly that this person needs this assistance, needs our assistance, we need to showcase them, most especially to in the train to go back for hospital, to being hospitalized. So, as you are planning it, as you have it in mind, to support us in this aspect, God in His infinite mercy, where it matters to you, God will intervene. It doesn't end there. We have among us, despite the predicament, despite the challenges, it does not weigh them. So they forged ahead, they went to school, and to the glory of God, they were able to graduate and and they excel in their chosen career. At this particular time, they are looking for job. They are looking for employment. Are you a visitor to Osun State? Or you are a son of the soil, but you are not resident in Osun, and you know people who are in the corridor of power, or you yourself, you may contact us. You may contact us through our the anchor man after the program on 08032482360. For us to know that all mentioned is not a word of mouth alone. We have among us in this community, in our society, that they are doing well in their chosen career. We used to bring them to showcase them, to enable us to know that once there is life, there is hope, and all what we are saying to be an encouragement to others. This and others are the concept of this program, Hope Alive. So, we can see that a new dawn in the state, in Osun State, beg your pardon, a new dawn in Osun State, the breeze is blowing left, right, center, and we enjoy the good citizens of Osun State to congratulate, to celebrate, to rejoice with the family of Adeleke Dynasty on the inauguration of our their governor, Senator Nuruddin Jackson Ademola Adeleke, for his enthronement as the governor of Osun State. Series of things have been going on right away, about 48 hours or thereabout after his inauguration. Thank God for everything. Thank God for how far he has helped us in Osun State. Thank God for how far he has helped us in individual family. So I have, on behalf of others, I mean people with disability, I am using this medium to express our own view, our own needs, to table it before the Excellency Governor Ademola Adeleke. In most cases, within his own 5-point agenda, which during the campaign he has been going all around to tell people this and this is what he had for the people of Osun State. We people with disability, I want the Excellency to be aware that we are in the community and we have people of like minds who can fit in one or other areas of life. We are beseeching him, begging him not to put us on hold, to engage us where it is necessary, to engage us, to include us in his administration, in all the good things that he has in stock for the people of Osun State. We have among us who are, many of us are eligible electorate. And during the exercise, we participated actively, and which I think, through our participation, metamorphose is victory. Glory be to God. So many people have been agitating in their own area or their fields. People with disability, we have so many things that has been with the ministry. Take, for instance, the Disabled Act, which has been signed, passed to law by the President Muhammadu Buhari. We want this act, this Disabled Act, to be domesticated in Osun State. Before his enthronement, so many efforts, we have put so many efforts in place that this act be passed into law, be domesticated in Osun State. We are still hoping, and which we believe is a listening governor. He will definitely turn to our side and do the needful to support the people with disability. In the area of welfareism, in most cases when things like that are going on, they used to look into the direction of people with disability. But there are some aspects, there are some areas that we can perform optimally, other than just taking us that because of the predicament, because of the challenges. I want our Excellency to look beyond that. Somebody who is visually impaired, that does not entail that the brain is visual as well. He has something upstairs to deliver. Some people with that are physically challenged, that does not affect their brain. That does not affect their intellect. They should carry us along. They should include us. So also, the employment that has been done by the former administration I'm using this medium as well to let us know that truly we have our members, we have people with disability that were newly employed, engaged as a teacher and other profession. And I'm using this medium as also to reach out to the panel, that they should give our members consensus. Let's give our member consensus to retain their appointment, to retain their employment. This is the area that we need our excellency to intervene in our affairs. And many other things that by and large, as the government is progressing, they will know the way and manner how to get across to us. And there is a saying that says, he who wears shoes is the best person to know where that shoe is pinching him or her. Any decision that you may want to make, carry us along. You may think this is the area that we need. It may not necessarily be it. If we involve us, we'll be able to let you know this is what we need, this is what we want from the government, this is what we want from the society. And with things that we are hearing, seeing, we believe that it's a listening, hearing governor, and it will definitely intervene in all our affairs. Once again, I congratulate him and all his teams. I congratulate the family and the entire people of Osun State, the state of living spring. Let us hear from the other side before this program continues. On the program Hope Alive, which is a special edition we dedicate it for our excellency Governor Ademola Adeleke. This segment is the segment that is being supported by Abiola Book Binding and Christian Bookshops, number 132 Station Road, Osogbo. But before then, many people have been calling. In what area can you meet us? In what area can you assist us? In what area can you support us? I used to itemize, to analyze all this anytime this program is on the air. Well, how comfortable, convenient will it be if this program, we can have a camera attached to Hope Alive. This will enable us to go through all news and training of Osun State, grassroots. We'll be able to reach, to touch the life of our people. OSBC is based on Atiliawiye, Okebale. We cannot easily meet the needs of people at Ifedayo, Okela, Ora, Ifetedo, at Ife South, Orileowu, at Ayedade, and so many other areas. But it will be more convenient and comfortable for us if you have a camera of our own. We will be able to reach, and you yourself, you will see how robust our output will be, how robust our output will be, because we'll be showing all these things to us. We'll be going to all the grassroots to feed us back. So we need a camera. So it doesn't end there. In the area of mobility, don't be surprised that up to this moment we are using Okada from one point, despite the challenges that we are passing through. So if you can help us, you can support us to make us to be mobile. You can do it. even where you are, your church, your establishment, you can do something like that. And when you are doing, if you have it, God in his infinite mercy will continue to bless you more richly. He said, whosoever that does not make his eye to deaf or to blind his eye to the yearning and the need of the people that are in need, anytime they call upon him, he will definitely answer. He will definitely intervene. So also, under that mobility is, we have wheelchair, we have crutches, we have guiding cane that people with visual impairment can use to move from one point to the another. It will enhance more productivity. It will ensure them to be more corporate in whatever they are doing. You know, enough is enough. You are now in a technological days. We know you're supposed not to have somebody that will be crawling with his hand or legs on the street again. So there are other devices that you can use, and this is what I'm saying, that we need wheelchairs, we need guiding cane, we need crutches, both armpit and the ankle one. Anyone that God put it in your mind to give unto us, we will appreciate it. So also educational materials for people with visual impairment. What the materials that they can use to read, the materials they can use to write, to read on themselves, to write for visual person to read. We need your support. In what aspect? We need computer machine, we need laptop and MacBook. Call us, we'll be able to tell you better, we'll be able to tell you into detail. So also, money is important. Money is very important. It's germane in any development. We need you to support us with your substance, to support this program with your substance. Bring your business and join it with Opa Life. How can you do this? You can easily walk. Come onto OSBC marketing department. Let them know that you want to support, you want to do something with for Opa Life. Bet it with me. As you are doing it, you will see that your business will be known nationwide, worldwide through this program. And you cannot do things like that God will not reward you. God is a rewarder. So it doesn't end there. And if you have anything to say or to tell us, call us on 080-3248-2360. Our time is fast spent. Time is no longer on our side. On behalf of all my colleagues that are make this program a befitting one, I say, by His grace, the next program will be in December when we are hoping for Christmas and New Year. Bye bye.
Orílẹ̀-èdè méjì ń bẹ nínú rẹ̀, àbúrò la máa ṣọ̀gá ẹ̀gbọ́n. Jẹ́pítà ọmọ àlè, òtún mú padà dolú ọmọ. Ta tó dé tẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ ìdájọ́, ọjọ́ àánú ni kò fọ̀rọ̀ mi wojú ẹ̀ máa wo gíga rẹ̀ èèyàn wojú ọlọ́run wọkàn èèyàn lè rẹwà kó má ra àlùbà jẹ́yì ọlọ́run o àwọn méjèèjì kọjá wájú wòlíì síbẹ̀ ọlọ́run kan wọ́n àánú tó sọnù láyé wọn dáfídì lórí orí ògo ń bẹ nínú igbó orí ògo ń tọ́jú orí àgùntàn ìmọ̀ bá rántí pọ́lọ́hùn yẹn o èmi yóò ṣàánú fún ẹni tẹ́mi yóò ṣàánú fún èmi àti ṣojú rere mi lẹ́ni tí máa ṣojú rere sí iṣẹ́ máa kọ́ àánú ọlọ́run ni iṣẹ́ máa kọ́ àánú ọlọ́run ni àánú ni mo fẹ́ àánú ni mo bèrè àánú ni mo fẹ́ ọba iṣẹ́ kọ́ lọ́wọ́ àánú ni mo fẹ́ àánú ni mo bèrè àánú kìdí ẹni tó bá rà lùbà ní ó ní kí iṣẹ́ bá ní sí ń sáré àwọn iṣẹ́ àánú kọ́ ọlọ́run lóhùn máa gbé ọ̀gá mo sọ fọlọ́run kò lẹ́yìn kankan máàánú bá dé mo bá ràánú gbà ibi gíga lápẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ wá lógo rẹ̀ ọlọ́run ní wàá fọmọ sí